So, future me here. This is just a quick prefab. I hope everybody had a really cool league start. Everybody's enjoying the new things. Everybody's enjoying their build, whatever they went for. I certainly did, and this is just gonna be a different format a bit. Maybe I just recorded different bits over the first few days. I'm just gonna play them to you, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Essentially just dropped out of the campaign. I did not kill Kitara yet, but I managed to get actually level 66 by now, which is a lot. I got really tired by the end of the first leveling evening or into the night essentially, and then decided to take it a bit slower. I did run a bunch of how's it called, blood aqueduct things, just to get my Poison Seismic trap swap done properly. Ran into the typical issue of like Act 8, 9. It's not an issue, but I leveled with Poison Concoction, by the way, and then swapped, where damage isn't as crisp anymore. You're taking a lot of trap nodes already, so you're not further investing into making Poison's Concoction better. So it happened to me. Same thing. I then went and leveled up my Poison Seismic gems in Blood Aqueduct. So I used a few Blood Aqueduct runs for that. Swapped to Poison Seismic Trap, and it was okay. It was perfectly fine, as usual. But I forgot to do the labs first, still on Poisonous Concoction. I did them then later on Poison Seismic, and if you do not have this node here, for example, by using a bunch of, life tap supports and exsanguinate itself, it's always using your life, you're kind of killing yourself a bit. So there was a bunch of flasks spamming, essentially. It's called flask spamming to fix this. So yeah, got my second lab there, cool. And then getting the third lab is also, with the life cost, helps a ton. It gives you 25% reduced cost of skills that throw traps, so that's really cool. Also gives you some more damage. So yeah, after that, all of that was done. Now it feels really good again. Perfectly fine. I went with a perfectly normal tree. I did not take Whispers of Doom yet. I wanted to go closer to the guide, also to check if there's some major issues in there, major hiccups. So that might be one of the hiccups you run into. You swap to Poison Seismic, but you haven't done the lab yet, especially this one. So you're kind of killing yourself a bit. Other than that, in terms of gear, I got Deerstalkers, actually. I found a humidity, sold it for 2 Chaos Orbs, because why not, and traded instantly for Deerstalkers. They're super cheap right now, not an issue. I looked for Obliteration already, but they're a bit expensive right now, so I'm gonna give this some more hours before I do that. Simply because I guess people are not that many are not in Delph yet, and it's like 13-15 Chaos, which is not expensive, but for the moment I don't want to invest more than I need to. So I'm rocking a white wand, and apparently I just realized I'm also rocking a white chest for now, and everything else is just life resist, right? I can just hover over this, but there's nothing, shouldn't be anything interesting in there. In terms of defenses, we're super overcapped here. I took a lot of stuff from the tree. All the attributes are fine, and I'm about to even take this cluster here, right? Get a bunch of Chaos Res, if it's a bit unnecessary this early, but it gives me even more resists. So when we finally kill Kitara, we are still fine. The other thing I already did is I ran 4 or 5 contracts already that were super low level. The ones you pick up on the way you are leveling from these boxes. I just ran them, and I already got like 4 Chaos out of that. Not really worth your time, I know, but I like to get rid of them and walk them. And next steps, basically what I'm gonna focus on now is I bought these contracts on the way with like the chance orbs I found. I just bought a few more at 67. So I ended up with like, what's that, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 contracts roughly. I don't plan on buying any more than this. I'm not gonna do some endless heist thing, but idea is I'm gonna run these contracts, see what kind of money I get out of it, to upgrade essentially to get maybe the Obliteration bond already, and basically fix my links on the gear and be sure that I have a bunch more life. and that I'm still gonna be res capped, which will be super easy because of the tree after I kill Kitava. Remember, this will knock 30% off my resistance here. I just want to get my links done. I don't even have all the gems in yet because I'm just missing basic links. Like this is a 2 link and this is a 2 link. So I'm missing like roughly 3 sockets right now. Not that bad, it's gonna be fine. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna just show you one, take you with me on one. What am I gonna need? Isla probably. Doesn't really matter. So you get an idea set, low level gems. I did put my second curse already in, but it's only leveling, so I can only hit once right now. So yeah, it's not very useful. We should be more than fine to do. The content here is like a blue pack, you can curse it. I'm not throwing anything anymore. It's already dying, right? So yeah, obviously don't wait there. In terms of like these heist things, if you want to do them, I don't want to give like a tutorial on it. Also probably get a better... I'm not interested in weapon boxes, maybe in armor boxes actually. Other than that, I just go for like the small boxes here. And with the current setup, everything is rather, with a lapis emblem, that's cool. It's rather relaxing because stuff can't really kill you, can it? So that feels really good. Oh, there's something. Some corrupted items I don't need. Just looking for some raw currency here. That's the whole idea. Oh, jump the door. Oh, there's some more raw currency. These are essentially chromatic orbs, right? Perfect. Uh-oh, I triggered the thing. Oh, maybe we can still reach it, right? Maybe we can. If not, it's not that bad. You don't have to get to the end and grab this thing at the end every single time. That's like super unnecessary. You just need to make sure you still have enough rogue markers, right? You don't run out. That's the only reason. I think just from the initial contracts I did, I got like 3,500 or so of them. So that's essentially what I'm gonna do 15 times, grab some, already get some basic currency, and then we will invest that currency to fix essentially the basics of the build. Maybe obliteration is super cheap until the end. If not, I'm just gonna stick with the white wand until obliteration drops to a reasonable... Okay, he's gonna be annoying and hit the person. Okay. Yeah, let's see when we can get out of this whole thing as soon as I'm done with the contracts. Let's run to the end. And then have a complete phase 1 as soon as we're there. Not too surprising, but Heist went pretty good, I would say. Did the 15 contracts and made roughly 30 to 35 chaos. Depends a bit if this thing is actually gonna sell or not. Maybe it's gonna sell for a bit less. We shall see that, and obviously a bunch of like random currency, which I really like about Heist as well. You kind of start off mapping, having a bunch of currency. Obviously I have less chaos right now because I invested some. Got an obliteration wand for 5 chaos, I believe, because I wanted one with a bit higher gain physical as extra chaos. Good thing is, I mean the bad thing is I'm missing an entire day of playtime now basically because of family stuff, so I'm 1 day delayed. This is technically still within my first day. And that means prices drop dramatically. And that's like a tip I can like give to everybody on how to save money during league starts is if you know you're gonna log off for an extended period of time, might it be just sleeping like normal humans or you actually got something coming up, often makes sense not to buy stuff immediately. Like you have maybe 10, 15 chaos and you would like to buy a wand, which is like 13 chaos. You could do that now, or you just leave as it is and then buy half a day later when prices dropped. Before I logged off for roughly 18 hours, these obliteration wands were like 13 to 14 chaos. Now a good one was 5, or a decent good one was 5 chaos orbs. So yeah, can highly recommend. Just not spending if prices go down anyway. So I got this. Also invested into a 5 link. So didn't corrupt it, to be fair, but just some life on it, just making sure I do have. A 5 link was probably also like 5 chaos, roughly. I kind of forgot. But should be 5 chaos, yeah, 5, 6 chaos. something like that. So that's how I'm gonna start off mapping. Obviously, invested into the tree here a bit more. So I have way too much resistance now, and I'm gonna start working on the spell suppression first, and then on the spell suppression down there. Just gonna typically do the normal mapping stuff. I'm resist capped like crazy right now, so I can easily work on my gear, work towards moving all the resistance needs off the helmet, move it off the shield, make sure one of the rings is free. That's going to be important, so I can put in a Ming's Heart, which is also already down, like the bad ones, to like 20-30 chaos, so perfectly fine. And gonna move all my intelligence needs onto an amulet. That's kind of the plan. And then see probably either I upgrade to a 6 link with life tap still, depending on how damage is and survivability, or I will just go straight for the swap with the diadem and skip having a 6 link that has life tap, right? To go straight to a 6 link that is suitable for the other needs. And we're just gonna run the first map, so you can see how mapping starts if you do Heist, essentially. A day delayed, really easy. I also have all the skills in now. Obviously not running determination yet, because that's not possible. I decided to go for skitterbots instead of determination. It's probably fine. And that's then kind of how mapping starts for me. If you go by roughly that route. That's why I really like Heist, to be fair. I mean, it's nothing for racing purposes. That's probably pretty bad, but we actually have to kill yellow stuff now as well. So yeah, for yellows, for example, you probably want to throw a seismic or two. Blue packs are typically throw 1 seismic as well. Seems to be worth it for me to do that. Blue pack again, you can also throw seismic and curse. Here again, maybe curse them. Okay, tier 1s are really simple. Very, very simple. So that's kind of how mapping goes, isn't it? I'll pick up some stuff from the ground, obviously. See if I can maybe upgrade my gear just by... Oh, this might be... I need to pick up jewels, so I maybe find one of the poison ones. I think we are still at like 70% poison chance, right? Where are we right now? Go away, maps. 70%, yeah. So that's also definitely need to anoint my amulet. Can't forget that. I didn't check prices yet, but probably Crimson Oils are already pretty fine. So throw a seismic for this guy. Obviously it takes a moment until damage ramps up, so you might need to stop for a second. So they actually stand in the seismic. That's more the issue. If you move too fast, then the monsters will move out of this. I haven't tried this yet. I'm not gonna put this in video. Just gonna go quickly to the boss, so I can cut here. I don't need to watch me do like a boring tier 1 map. But that's roughly my expectation of going into maps. You can also turn on Flask probably, so you don't randomly die. And yeah, that's gonna be my mapping experience for a while. Gonna see when I need to upgrade, work on my goals, and then yeah, see how that goes. Quite a big jump at this point, to be fair. I just went ahead and gained a few more levels. I did mapping. I'm currently at like 71 points, 71 completion. In terms of skill tree, oh, where did we even start? Let's start this thing. I gained pretty much all the map sustain things. I made it towards lower red tier maps by now. I went with the typical stream of consciousness. I'm currently equipping all the expedition nodes here. There's some new nodes down here which are really interesting, I think. I think they might be really cool, so I'm inclined to take those, and I also believe there are more up there. So I'm probably gonna fully spec into expedition. Got some shrines that really help out a bunch. I managed to do the first 2 mini bosses from the Ida and Uber by now, and made a bunch of upgrades, obviously. I was a bit impatient, let's put it that way. So maybe starting the skill tree, pretty standard tree. I already went into the double curse, so I really wanted to try that out, which feels pretty good. I really like the double curse setup. And other than that, my spell suppression is still fully on the tree. Corrupted blood immunity is unlocked. I'm moving towards the all resistance here now. That's gonna be a few points, so it's gonna take a while probably until I get there, but under that feels pretty cool. Other than that, I did this, right? I got the freeze immunity, which is pretty easy to get actually. To be fair, it's like on the frozen something map. Where is it? Where did it go? Oh, Frozen Cabins. Oh, it doesn't show anymore if you already got it. So Frozen Cabins, I believe, has the freeze immunity with the vessel. So that's a pretty low tier map, very easy to get. It's not like somewhere up there. So I'm Freezy Moon by now. I have not done my flasks yet, so they're not rolled, and I have kind of weird flasks by now. That's like one of the objectives I still have. Other than that, obviously got my obliteration. I opted in to already go for Ming's Heart, which makes me a bit squishy right now in red maps, to be fair, but I was tempted. So I did that. I managed to get a Corrupted 6 link. That was like a bit of investment, I think 30 chaos investment here. I got this one super cheap, like 9 chaos. I made myself a pretty crappy Curse and Hit Ring. Or basically the ring base is pretty crappy. Actually the thing went out pretty good. I used Harvest for that, right? I just bought a Hunter base, like a completely random one for a few chaos. And then I pressed this button 3 times and got quite lucky. Actually got that done. We're still doing live tap, obviously. I moved all my intelligence needs onto an amulet. So that's the only reason this thing exists, basically. I have Toxic Strikes, obviously. So that's done. Already had that thing. Other than that, it's still pretty easy gear. I have too much strength right now, I believe. Yeah, I'm completely overcapped on strength. I'm fine on intelligence, and strength, to be fair, is very soon gonna be on the tree. Like here's another 10, and yeah, after that we're gonna move up here. There's more strength, so this is pretty much solved. I have a 100% poison chance by now. I got 3 of these jewels, like 5 here, 5% here, and another 5% here, so that's also already solved. So yeah, essentially, in terms of objectives, I'm gonna continue completing maps, gonna probably chill out a bit in mid tier 14s is probably the goal, to chill out quite a bit and farm enough money to upgrade to a diadem finally, like the diadem and shield combo. Interesting enough, I have one of these shields here and I found another one. So I managed to somehow find two of these shields myself, so we are good to go on that. And yeah, need to get rid of the boots soon. Basically, essentially, objective now is money for the diadem, so we can swap off live tab and unlock the additional aura, because I really would like the determination by now, and malevolence, obviously the malevolence divine blessing inspiration combo is going to be unlocked, so that's going to be a huge step and elevate us all the way into the 8 end game until I can actually afford it, which will be easy with expedition. I will prepare all my other rares, right? I'm gonna prepare these rares here in order to be able to swap off these 2 items here, so that's like possible. I think we're gonna end with a map. It's a terrible map, but that's just progression, right? That's how progression goes. You have to corrupt the maps, and then you end with something dumb like less armor, which is okay, but temporal chains, so it's probably a bad map. And oh, I can do this guy now. Perfect. So that's essentially what I've been doing. Just map completion, nothing else, nothing special. So just gonna run around here for a second and show you roughly how that feels. Obviously temporal change isn't that great, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Also gotta be a bit careful because I'm really squishy right now. I don't know what these things do. I feel like I kinda need to read them. Whatever that is, they gain more damage. More damage is probably fine. I'm gonna survive, right? Why did I steal the aura? What happened? Did I just steal a thing from them? I don't know. I have a hidden headhunter somewhere, maybe. Also, I've been doing a bunch of this new league mechanic, which is really odd. It's like this one here. And what I typically do right now is I just go in and I press this button until it's full, and then I run an entire floor, right? Until I cannot press this anymore, then I get ready, run an entire floor. Also, what I really need to do, I need to get a bossing setup going. Latest for like Ether and Exarch, I would like to have it there, and I also feel like the bossing setup with like a cold iron point, or mainly with blade trap, is really good in the sanctum stuff. So far I'm feeling good about the sanctum. I'm working to get, this is the third floor basically. So the first two are pretty easy by now, so I can get through that. But the third one I haven't done yet. I feel like this run could be fine, could be possible. So yeah, I just press this button and then move on and then do them all at once, because I don't want to be like get back into this mindset, because they're a very different play style, isn't it? In that sense. So that's a bit odd, I would say. Also just realized that the map changed. I already completed this one. Fine. So yeah, I want to really get my bossing setup going and have a look if that's somehow possible. It should be easy. And then see from there. So far I also feel like the skill or the build works well with the elite mechanic. Or at least well enough. I don't know, 9 out of 10, 7 out of 10 somewhere, maybe 8. I'm overall pretty happy with it, I would say. You can hide quite a lot, do things like that. So yeah, quickly to the boss here. What kind of boss is this? Oh, this is a terrible boss. I hate this guy. Ooh. He's so angry all the time. Where did he go? Did he die? Oh, here he is. Okay, let's curse him one more time. Did he die by now? He's always potting out of the traps. That's like really evil. He should not be able to do this. Oh, I died. No. I hate this dude. I think that's it for the first few days. That's basically how it's going for me. I'm overall happy. It's fine. I hope you guys also have like a really good league start. It's going well for you. I'm gonna work on my Atlas progression, get my gear sorted, and then in the next day or so probably gonna upgrade to the final, or the basic version of the build at least, with spell suppression still on the tree, and then we can go farm T16s, make some money, and upgrade the rest of the build. Have a good one. Bye bye.